What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Ridge, back to bring you your MLB props for June the 29th. Can you believe it? Yesterday, I told you, Jonathan India called it under, and he hit a home run last time, and I called it under yesterday, and he hit a home run again. It's just, these are the things that just destroy my soul. They just break me into pieces because he's been awful. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. He's been terrible. But whenever I call an under, he homers. So next time I see an under, I'll tell you to bet a Jonathan India homer, and I will definitely be betting Jonathan India homer when I call an under, because it just seems like it just keeps happening, and I don't know why it happens. Maybe it's just my luck. Goldie didn't hit. We got a bomb from Schwarber, which was dope, but overall, not the best day. Freeman did go over. You know, he came back. We're going back to Freeman again today. Don't you worry. We're going back to the well. But overall, there is some things I do want to show you because I have been looking for certain pieces of data, some game log data for Prize Picks. You know, we're trying to find edges in this whole process. And, you know, I continue to try and find these things for you. So I've partnered with myspari.com, and they provide data that is immense. So much stuff. And so what I've done is I've added it to my spreadsheets that I show you guys every day. And so the data is technically from yesterday because they do their data dumps around noon or so. And so I don't have the new data just yet as the time of recording, but all of it still applies, right? You can see the game logs and how many points they're scoring, how consistent are they, and can that also be applied to some of the edges that we look at already? So let's dive into it right now. So the short list I'm looking at today: Kyle Schwarber, Freddie Freeman, Andrew McCutchen, Trey Turner, Will Smith, and Javi Baez for overs, and then Chris Bryant and J.P. Crawford for unders. So starting at the top of the list, Kyle Schwarber, you can see up against Kyle Wright. Schwarber on fire, 12 points over his last 14, 15.3 over his last 7, projected to bat first in the lineup, a hit per game. Over half an extra base hit per game, like I mentioned, up against Kyle Wright, a very, very talented lefty, so that is worth mentioning. Park factor is relatively neutral, a little bit suppressed in Philadelphia, and then the pitch value factor is about neutral as well for both guys. But you can see here, 6.5 line did bomb yesterday. Massive edge. I'm projected for 12.38 points. But the big thing that I added here is this last 10 data powered by MySpari. So you can see, you know, this doesn't include yesterday when he went over again. He had a home run and 2 walks, but 17, 10, 2. But he went over in 6 of his last 10 games. So again, to fit with the trend, is he just scoring it all in one game, or is he doing it over and over and over? And you can see Freddie Freeman, same thing, 7 times. McCutchen, 6 times, 7 for Turner, 7 for Will Smith, 7 for Baez. So these are guys that are hitting it, these Prize Picks lines, more often than not. And so it's all calibrated to what the line is that day, and I will be adding it each day, and it will be recalibrating based off how they're performing. But as you can see, right, again, I like another Dodgers stack. The Dodgers are playing so well. Turner went over yesterday. Freeman went over yesterday. Will Smith had the day off, but they're just performing at such a high level. It's very difficult to fade them right now. Up against Herman Marquez, who has had some good games recently, especially compared to the beginning of the season, but he's still pitching at home, still susceptible to the home run, still have the P-Val factor in their favor for all 3 guys. There's a lot of reasons to like the Dodgers today. If you want to pair it with Schwarber, I don't hate it. And then McCutchen is another guy who's been playing very, very well, but up against Jeffrey Springs, very talented, gets a lot of swing and miss stuff for the Rays. Man, he is good. And so that's why his P-Val factor is, you know, not the best. McCutchen has been swinging the bat well, 9 over his last 14, 12.17 over his last 7, and only a total of 5.5. So it's not crazy to see that he could go over. He's gone over in 6 of his last 10, of course, excusing yesterday, 18, 8, 21, 14, 10, 7. So it's not that bad. There's not a lot of history here for any of these guys. The one of note, Trey Turner, is, I think that'd be a 3 of 8 for 375 average with 2 RBIs up against Herman Marquez. And then everyone else is kind of okay. You know, Schwarber hasn't had a hit against Wright. Freddie Freeman, 231 against Herman Marquez. And then Chris Bryant, who we will talk about again. Another under I'm going with for Chris Bryant because he's just not doing anything right now. But Baez is interesting up against Alex Wood because he has been on fire. You see the consistency here. 8, 21, or 20, 21, 27, 10, 17, 16. Double digits like galore for Javi Baez right now. Only a 5.5 total. I'm projected for 8.53. Alex Wood is phenomenal, though. He's very, very good pitcher, and Baez could heavily struggle against him, but he is 1.36 hits per game, almost 3 total bases per game. I mean, he's just killing it right now. 11.82 over his last 14, 10.4 over his last 7. So this is kind of the short list of guys that I like today and some of the reasons why. But I mean, there's just a lot of data supporting these plays right now. And then the underplays, Kris Bryant, like I mentioned, coming back again yesterday, all he did was draw a walk, went over 4, even with Colorado scoring 7 runs. So I'd be playing Kris Bryant unders again today. JP Crawford, we'll see. He is facing the suspension that he got a couple days ago. He did play yesterday, I believe. But overall, you can see he's just not hitting this 6.5 number. He's basically throwing up zeros every single day. He's in a terrible slump right now. Less than half a hit per game. Way under 1 total base per game. Basically, it's when he's hit the home runs, when he's getting the runs and the RBIs. Not many extra base hits coming. 3.86 over his last 7. 3.38 over his last 14. Just in a massive slump right now. So him and Bryant would be the 2 guys to be looking for. You'll have to wait for lineups to see whether or not you can play Crawford. I wouldn't throw him in hoping he plays because he might not play and then your ticket's basically done. But Kris Bryant, again, he could be fine against Urias. Urias has been pretty good. And, you know, Urias is good, but could Bryant catch him a little bit? Maybe, but at the end of the day, he's still coming back. He's still not all the way back. He's not even doing a lot of damage. No extra base hits, no hits yesterday. So I'd be fine taking an under on Bryant again and rolling back with that. I'd be rolling with Freddie Freeman again. I think Trey Turner with the 9 is a little scary, but I don't hate it overall with how well he's playing. You see both these guys, 1.67 hits per game, almost 3 total bases per game. Trey Turner scoring a run almost every game, and obviously the threat to steal is big for Trey Turner as well. Will Smith usually batting 3rd or cleanup in the lineup. Baez not projected to play right now, so we'll see whether or not he does. And then I don't mind Kyle Schwarber as well with how well he's playing. Hit a home run for me yesterday to get it done. Probably, like I mentioned yesterday, kind of a home run or bust guy. He is drawing a lot of walks. He has a 400 on-base percentage at home, so that is, you know, pretty notable. But still needs guys to drive him in, and Wright is pretty damn talented in his own right. So I do think there's a chance he could go under. But like I mentioned, dude's been super hot right now, hitting the last 3 games, over 6.5. So there is some reasons to like there. And like even more so, 6 times he's hit in his last 7 or 5 times in the last 6 games. So really, really good for Kyle Schwarber right now, running real hot. And so I don't mind playing him as well. But those are the kind of guys I'm looking at, some of the reasons why. You know, like I mentioned, KB for another under looks great. I don't mind going back to the Dodgers well in the day game. I think there's a really good shot they just blow the doors off Colorado. It feels like it's been mounting. You know, 0 in the first game, 4 in the second game. Got beat up again yesterday. But today's the day the Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers. Are going to really blow out the Colorado Rockies. So we'll see. And then McCutchen as well up against Springs. I do like that matchup. I think it's a low total for a guy who has been pretty good so far. So I do like these plays, and I would be mixing matching some of them. Like I mentioned, Schwarber, Freeman are 2 of the guys I really like. Trey Turner I would throw in there, and KB unders is definitely in play. But those are the guys I'm targeting today. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to drop me a like and subscribe for future content. If you want these updated sheets, make sure you go to myspari.com. That's where you can get them, sign up for their data package, and they will send them to you each and every day, so you have access to those. And there's even, you can get the picks, you can get even more data. And this is just a snapshot of what they offer, right? There's tons more stuff that we go into, and I can show you. That's all available under the same data subscription. So I would go check it out, myspari.com. And as always, if you tail, give them hell, and if we fail, do not bail. I'll be back tomorrow with more MLB picks and plays with all the data behind it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.